Before I get into the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and leave some video ideas in the comments for what you want me to do next. But that's all I got, and let's get right into the video. Well, the Western Conference Finals have concluded, and your new Western Conference champions are none other than Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks defeated the Timberwolves in pretty convincing fashion to capture the crown in the West this year. This is the Mavs' first time making it to the NBA Finals since their championship season in 2011. They are led by, obviously, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. The Mavericks had to overcome a couple of tough challenges as they played the Clippers in the first round, and they played OKC after that, but they defeated both of them and faced a pretty tough and scrappy Minnesota team. However, they took a commanding 3-0 lead, and although the Timberwolves were able to fight back a little bit, the Mavericks took it in the end. Now, in the finals, the Mavericks will be taking on the Boston Celtics, another powerhouse team that has been a perennial contender in the East. The Celtics have actually been the favorite since their preseason to win the NBA title. It's a matchup of two of the league's most talented rosters with star power on both sides. The Celtics feature Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Derek White and Drew Holiday, but the Mavericks are no slouch. They have Luka Doncic, they have Kyrie Irving, and they have a phenomenal presence down low with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. People love to harp on how amazing Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have been these playoffs, and don't get me wrong, they have been pretty phenomenal, but they have a pretty good supporting cast that you could argue has been one of the main reasons that they were able to take down all of these teams so far. This has provided depth and resilience needed to compete at this high of a level in the NBA, and it has thirsted them to another deep postseason run. However, now the question arises: can the Mavericks accomplish something that they haven't done since 2011? And can Luka Doncic submit himself as possibly the best player in the NBA? Now, as I mentioned before, one of the main narratives for the Mavericks' 2024 playoff run is the exceptional performance of their superstar guard tandem, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Throughout the 2024 playoffs, Doncic and Kyrie have been nothing short of sensational, consistently delivering impressive scoring performances that have left fans and analysts in awe. One night it might be Luka over here dropping 50, hitting the game winner, but then the next night it might be Kyrie taking over while Luka takes a back seat. It really just depends. Both players have scored 30 plus points in multiple games during the playoffs, and they have repeatedly showcased their ability to dominate offensively and carry the team when it mattered most. Doncic is known for his incredible vision, court awareness, and scoring ability. He has been a master on the court all playoffs. So far in these playoffs, Luka is averaging 28.3 points per game, 9.1 assists per game, and 9.6 rebounds per game. A near triple-double, but this is no surprise. And Kyrie has been right behind him. Although not as dynamic as Luka, he has still had a very well-felt presence on the court. He's averaging 22 points per game with 5 assists and 1.3 steals to go along with. Down the stretch, his scoring ability and his ability to create shots for himself and his teammates has been very crucial for the Mavericks. Throughout the playoffs, he had many moments where he showcases his ball handling skills and his clutch performances and his ability to finish around the rim regardless of whoever is there. Irving has been a formidable presence in the backcourt and a tough assignment for whoever has had to guard him, but he's been pretty good on the defensive end as well. In this series specifically versus the Timberwolves, he has actually taken the initiative to guard Anthony Edwards. All playoffs, Anthony Edwards has been known for torching defenders, and it doesn't matter who's in front of him, he can just score on them at will. This hasn't been the case against Kyrie. Kyrie has tired him out on the offensive end of the court, and when it's time for Ant to get the ball and he's in the half-court setting, it doesn't really go so well. Kyrie's scoring burst and timely assist have complemented Doncic's playmaking pretty well, which has created a dynamic duo that opponents have struggled to contain not only all playoffs, but all season long. The synergy between Doncic and Kyrie has been a key factor in the Mavs' success in the playoffs. Their continued ability to make big plays and crucial moments has propelled the team through many tough playoff battles. But of course, it's not just them. It's rarely ever an occurrence where it's just one or two players that are the sole reason why a team sees success into May and June. Players like PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Jones Jr. have each had their own special effect on the game. PJ Washington has played a crucial role for the team as he's provided valuable support with his scoring and rebounding abilities. He averaged 12.3 points and 6.3 rebounds per game, and this has made him a very reliable secondary scoring option outside of Kyrie and Luka. Washington's contributions on the offensive end help his teammates maintain a balanced attack, and it provides additional scoring options alongside the primary scorers. He has came up big in many clutch moments, as we saw versus OKC, and we're also seeing this with the Timberwolves as well. The same goes for Daniel Gafford. He has showcased his shot blocking ability and made a significant impact on both ends of the floor. So far throughout the playoffs, Gafford is averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds, and a block per game. Now, of course, these numbers don't jump out at the screen at you, but his presence is well felt by the opposing team every time. He makes it extremely difficult for bigs and guards to finish around the rim just because he deters their shot every time. He takes away the easy buckets for the opposing team just by his presence alone. It makes it difficult for opponents to score inside, and he's provided and showcased himself as a pretty solid defensive anchor for his team. And of course, if I mention Daniel Gafford, I have to mention his partner in crime, Dereck Lively II. Dereck Lively has been phenomenal this playoffs. He's following up a pretty impressive rookie season with arguably a more impressive postseason. He's averaging 8.5 points with 7 rebounds and 1 block per game. Pair him alongside Daniel Gafford, and it's pretty hard to score on this team. But he's been pretty good on the offensive end of the floor as well. Yes, on the defensive end, we know how phenomenal, how threatening his presence is, but on the offensive end, he has showcased himself as a solid screener and a solid lob threat for Luka. And as we've seen, he's able to pull down rebounds and create extra possessions, which is something that you would love from even a veteran player. So the fact that Dereck Lively is a rookie having this big of an impact on the game is pretty impressive. And it's the reason why a lot of teams have struggled against the Mavericks. And on the wing, they've had Derrick Jones Jr., who has brought some nice energy and a powerful defensive prowess to the team, which allows him to make a significant impact off the bench. While his offensive numbers may not be as impressive and jump off the screen like a Luka or a Kyrie, he makes up for it on the defensive end, and his athleticism and defensive skills have been very valuable. Just like how Dereck Lively is a big lob threat for the Mavericks on the offensive end of the floor, so is Derrick Jones Jr. Jones has a pretty phenomenal ability to guard multiple positions, and he has a knack for making timely defensive plays due to his athleticism and his length. This has added depth to the team's defensive rotation. His presence on the court helps disrupt opponents' offensive flow and provides a boost to the team's overall defensive performance. And of course, he's somebody you have to watch on the offensive end, because if he is able to sneak behind defender and cut to the basket, it's always a big play. And this, most of the times, is what shifts the momentum in the Maverick favor. And then, of course, you have the brains behind the entire operation, Jason Kidd, who arguably a year ago or a couple of years ago, most people were saying he should have been fired. But he's changed that narrative pretty quickly, and the Mavericks have even offered him an extension. Jason Kidd's ability to kind of attack the Timberwolves defense and change the way they approach the game on the offensive side of the ball has had a pretty significant impact and is a big reason why Dallas has seen so much success this season. So going into the finals, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Mavericks fare against the Celtics. They have the best player in the series. They have the depth to match up with the Celtics in the series. They have the coaching to match up against the Celtics in the series. But one thing that the Celtics have that the Mavericks don't is finals experience. The Celtics have been here before and the Mavericks have not, aside from Kyrie Irving. But will that be enough to get the Mavericks over the hump? Only time will tell. All we can do is sit back and watch and see how this series goes. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and comment and subscribe. I'm posting videos like this all finals long, but even after the finals, I'll still be going. But that's it for now. Until next time, peace.